But everything I did, and this is the God's honest truth, everything I did to look cool when I was 16 has no positive effect on me at 38. Everything I did that was harmful has had a considerable impact on my life, even still today. Whether it be getting arrested, I still have police records from the time that I was 16 years old. I still have brain chemistry issues, and Dr. Drew will be the first person to point that out, that I have head injuries like a football player from, these self-inflicted things. And that was all, now granted, biology played a huge role. I'm one of those percentage of people that's a drug addict, and it would have got to me inevitably at some point. But my initial desire to do all these things was so that people would think that I was awesome. And that's an awfully dangerous risk to take, just to look cool.
And by the way, I agree with Mike on that. At that moment in time, it may seem like it's awesome, but I mean, and you guys will start seeing it, and you're already seeing it now, but as you grow up later on, I never really got caught up in this, because even though I did want to look awesome at the time, I was more afraid of my mom's chancla, which is this like sandal, and she was just ruthless. Like, she would see me at my friend's house in the backyard, she would like look over the fence, "What are you doing? ¿Qué estás haciendo?" And I was just like, oh my God, my mom should just pop up out of nowhere. It was legit, and I was just so afraid of my mom. But so I never got caught up in that. But I went on to college and did my thing and so on and so forth. But these friends of mine that unfortunately kept smoking weed and getting into other drugs and so on and so forth, kept making worse and more worse decisions as they got older. And next thing you know, at the age of 22, they're still riding around a bike because they don't have a driver's license because they got in trouble with the law or this or that. I had another friend at the age of 16. He was high on weed and made a terrible decision because he got peer pressured by everybody else to go inhale air conditioner. And next thing you know, he passed out, and the ambulance had to come and get him. And but it's just because the weed was not helping them out in regards to making the best decisions at the time.
It does affect decision making.
Very, very badly. And then you compound those terrible decisions, and like Mike can tell you and other people can tell you, the consequences are terrible.
And it interferes with the ability to develop that decision making executive function that we all rely on later in life. I understand the desire to be a part of and to be cool and to participate with, and I totally get that. And I definitely was a piece of that, even though the awesomeness was not there.
And ultimately, your real friends will end up respecting you for the decision you make. My oldest brother almost died from alcoholism, and I was very young when I saw that. So to me, that was like a big trauma in the sense of like, I don't want to deal or mess with anything, because I saw the damage that not only did to him, because it's not just your life that you're impacting, you're hurting everybody else around you that cares about you. So I was like, I definitely don't want to go that route. But now, as I grew up, my friends respected me, and my true friends, for not wanting to smoke weed or do drugs or whatever it may be, and they were cool. And even when other people offered me that didn't know me, they would step in and be like, nah, he doesn't do that. It's good, like back off. So don't be afraid to not go with the wave of what everybody else is doing. You end up being respected for that.
You guys, for more information, go to letstalkaboutcannabis.com. There are facts there for you guys to make better decisions on your own.